everybody, it's Kathy. Today is Monday, I think it's July 16th, and I was going to play with Riggs for a few minutes. I just got home from work, but it's my Friday. Come on, let's show them what you can do. You gonna throw it to me? Throw it to me. Good job. Okay, throw it to me. Throw it to me. Oh! Can you give it to me? Throw it to me. Good job. Okay? Oh, you're crazy. You step on my toes. Give me that ball. Ouch. He is a nut. He's chasing me with it. You don't know what to take first, do you? Good job. Okay, now stay close. You ready? Okay. Come on. Okay. One more time. Okay, now give it to me. Show everybody. Look at the camera. Give it to me. Give it to me. In my hand. In my hand. In my hand. Got it. Thank you. Good job. You missed. Good job. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna have a Friday night beer. Take care. Bye. Good morning, everybody. Kathy here. I just wanted to say hi, and today is Tuesday, July 17th. I'm pretty sure that's correct, and I'm going to show you this morning kind of like my morning routine and how I make keto coffee. Okay, be right back. So first I'm going to show you some of the things that I do to start. I fill up a kettle with water and I heat that first. So I put that on the burner. If I can find the magic fire starter, which you need, this is a magic fire starter. So I start the water, and the reason I start the water first is because it gives me time to get the coffee ready. And once the water's done, I put it in my Yeti thermos. So I have hot water throughout the day, like for tea or for washing if I'm out, boondocking or dry camping where I don't have hookups. Keeps it hot like 5-6 hours. I mean, piping hot, like tea hot. And then by the end of the day, you can wash with it, brush your teeth with it. The next morning, it's still warm. This is from yesterday, and it's still warm. Now, for some of the tools that I use a what they call an Italian espresso maker. It's 3 parts. These are 2 of the parts. It's by Bialotti, or put the glasses on, maybe I can read. Bialetti. It's called Moda Espresso, made in Italy. This is a stovetop version. I also have the electric version. I have that packed away now. I have no need for it. The stovetop is fine. The electric was nice when I was working full-time. Well, I'm still working full-time, but at home, because I could start it up the night before and then just click it on in the morning. So anyway, what you do with this is you fill this to the water line with water, purified water preferably. I'm sure I don't need to show you how to make coffee, but I'm going to show you how to make coffee in this. In case you've never seen this, this is great for campfires. It's like solid steel or stainless steel. It's great. I'm not saying in the campfire, but I'm saying like on a grill in the campfire. Then this is the third piece I didn't show you that holds the coffee. If you want to know what kind of coffee I use, I'm not true to any particular brand. It's usually a good brand. I like Starbucks. I like San Francisco. I like Pete's. I like Seattle's Best. So it just depends on where I'm at and what I see at the time. I do like a dark roast. That's my preference. And I make this coffee very, very strong. If you can see through it, it's not strong enough for me. Anyway, so you put those three pieces together. Now I put coffee in the third little receptacle there. And then you put these three pieces together. There's already water in the bottom. This kind of screws on. You gotta make sure you get it right, otherwise you get steam coming out from the sides. And then I just wait. Now, the other ingredients for the keto coffee. I use three things in my keto coffee. I use coconut oil, of course, organic. I use coconut manna, which is like a, get it a little bit closer there, which is like a butter, a nut butter. So in case I didn't get that close enough. It doesn't, like I said, it does not have to be this brand. That's the coconut oil. It does not have to be this brand, but it should be organic. And then I use something called collagen peptides. This is the one. I got this some information off of a website called, a blog called Healthy Pursuit. Leanne, her last name starts with a V. I can't remember her last name off the top of my head. When I was doing the keto diet, I'm not doing it right now in case you didn't figure that out. When I was doing the keto diet, I lost 13 pounds in less than a month. I'm not doing the keto diet at the moment, mostly because of work, being unorganized, and the planning part's a little bit difficult for me. Mostly has to do with work, constant temptation, and I'm not strong when it comes to food. I like my ice cream, I like my cookies, I like candy, I love donuts and pies and cakes. So that stuff keeps coming around and interrupting my diet. But when I was doing it, I was on vacation in Oregon. If you look back at some of the old videos at Alsea, and that's when I was doing it. I did it for 8 days straight, camping, worked great, and I continued it for a while after that when I was still on vacation, and lost 13 pounds in like 3 weeks. So it does really work. It also does really help with arthritic pain. I have osteoarthritis and, crooked fingers and all that fun stuff. And I have a lot of hip and back pain too, and it really does help. And once I'm done with this work gig that I do now, which will be August 8th, I'm going to start the keto diet back up. So I'd like to, lose a little bit and feel, really it's not about the weight loss as much as it's about feeling comfortable in my clothes and being pain-free as much as possible if I can. So anyway, while the water's going, I'll get right back to you. I'll let that get done and then I'll get right back to you. One moment. Okay, welcome back. The water's ready, so I want to show you what I'm doing with that. I take my Yeti. Sorry, that was a deep sigh, but that's what I do when I take a breath. It's to unstress me, I guess. And as much as I'm not really that stressed, doing these videos do make me a little bit nervous at times. And I'm shooting for perfection like most everybody, but I know I'm not perfect, although I'd sure like to be. So I'll take the water off the burner and set it to the side, and then I'll put my espresso maker on top of the flame. And I have to turn the flame down just a little bit because this is a little bit too much for this particular pot. Anyway, so I have one of these guys that helps me balance. The last thing I want to do is spill scalding water on me, or actually spill water on the floor because it gets into the floor. Anyway, so I'm good to go for the day and into tomorrow, more than likely. Okay, the next step is my coconut oil. And it's about a tablespoon, kind of a heaping tablespoon of both the coconut oil and a little bit less of the manna. I usually just use a spoon. Right now, because it's been so warm, the coconut oil is really nice and soft, easy to work with. The manna is generally very hard to work with. My suggestion is if you do buy this, you take the lid off and kind of melt it in. You can use a microwave if you want to, but I just usually sit it in hot water and I keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it until I get to the consistency to mix up the oils and the meat of the coconut that's in here, so it kind of has a good blend to it. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a pretty hard consistency. It's not creamy like a peanut butter. It's you know, pretty solid. And when you first get it, the oil is kind of on the top and the hard parts at the bottom. If you don't mix those two together, you get to, like, you know, more hard stuff at the bottom. So what I normally do is I sit this in hot water and I keep taking the knife and churning it until it gets to the consistency I want, and then it stays fine, you know, because you're storing it up like this. Amazon has sent this. I've ordered this through Amazon several times. It's like $18 or $15 for two of these, but they come packed on their side like this. So normally the oil is on the top right here, or on the side, so you have to turn it up and get it working properly. So I put my oil and my manna in here. It's ready to go as soon as I have coffee. I don't put the peptides in yet because I want to wait until I've mixed this. I use a milk frother. Milk frother. That's milk F, and then frother, F-R-O-T-H-E-R. It's what people use to froth the milk for like lattes. And this basically is doing the same thing, except I'm not creaming milk, I'm creaming the oil. This is what it looks like. I can't remember where I got this, but it works really well. Normally, in my home, I had been using a Vitamix. I do prefer the Vitamix. It's really quick, easy, and you can, you know, such a small amount in the Vitamix, you can make a mess in there and you just clean it up. It's not a big deal. So I kind of keep that handy. And now I'm just waiting for the coffee. Okay, back again. So the coffee's ready, and you can always tell it's ready because you hear bubbling like it's boiling. I hope you can see me okay. I got a lot of light coming in. One moment. See if that's any better. Better? Maybe. I'm getting a glare, so I'm assuming that you're getting a glare too. Maybe that's a little bit better. I hate to close the door. Anyway, now it's too dark. Okay. I tell you, this is truly a learning experience, doing this videoing or videography or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so the coffee's done, nice and strong. And you can, like I said, normally hear it when it's done because it starts boiling. You can hear it. So I put a little bit, I use my little handy dandy thing again, so I don't accidentally burn myself. And to balance, I put a little bit in here, about 1/3 of a cup, or 1/3 of this cup, or I should say 1/3 of the coffee that's in there. And then I take my little handy dandy milk frother and I just froth away. Anyway, it's all mixed up. Oh, and then I take, there I go with the size. I'm a sier. I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't offend anybody or grosses anybody out, but I do sigh. I don't know why, but I do. Put a scoop of the peptides in there. And again, I do a little bit more frothing to mix it all in good. And then I'm done with the frother. I usually have a glass of water here somewhere, and I put it in here and kind of rinse it, but I wasn't ready that time. Apologize. And then I pour the rest of the espresso in here. So that is my keto coffee. And one of the reasons I like it like this, with the coconut and the protein, if I feel like I've had a little bit of something on my stomach in the morning, and I don't know, it kind of gives me a boost. I don't know, whatever, like a smoothie would, except it's hot. Anyway, that's my keto coffee. I hope you all have a good day, and talk to you later. Have a good one.